All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to the elders, which are the apostles of great millstone that rule well. That told me this truth. Peace and blessings to the whole for the elect. I'm the brother Kodar Malak. I want to bring out another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. May this lesson be edifying unto the elect. All right, and within this lesson, I got three things I wanted to address that I noticed in the spirit. A few things that I seen. All right, and one, all right, was yesterday when we were having camp through the spirit, and we just so happened, of course, to be talking about prophecy, and us brothers, we were talking about things to come. We were talking about the times that we were entering to, all right, the times that we're in now, all right, and how Esau, Edom. All right, in 2/3, they're about to feel the wrath of the Lord. All right, the wicked is about to feel the wrath of the Lord. And I just so happen to be speaking about those times, and then could be an Edomite. I'm sure he probably was, but he happened to be walking past and he had this shirt on. And I was able to go back on Google and find this shirt, but it said hunt, fish, and run, and then when I seen the shirt. I just threw it in there as I was, prophesying. The Lord let me be able to see that certain, mention how, and that's the spirit, because in that time, only thing people are going to be doing is trying to hunt, fish, and run. Okay? So this is, this is something in the spirit, that I noticed. All right. So I'm going to get this scripture. All right. Because they say, well, desperate times comes with desperate measures. All right, from the shortages of bread and the lack of food. All right, and this made man famine that Esau Edom is about to come with. All people are going to be trying to do is hunt. All right, whether they're going to be trying to hunt. Well, let's say this. I want to do it in order from the top to the bottom of the shirt. All right. But before I do that, let me go ahead and get this scripture. All right. Just bear with me. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'm going to start at 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And that's what we're doing. All right, we're speaking prophecy, and prophecy and prophesy means what to tell before. So we're telling you actually before these things actually happen, what's gonna the visions, all right, that the prophets of old were seeing. All right. So but the Lord commanded us what to speak into the ears of his people the words of prophecy. So when we're on the highways and the hedges, we're speaking thus saith the Lord, and we're speaking what's to come. All right. And the Lord said what? That he will put in our mouth, saith the Lord. All right. So these are the words of the Lord. All right. We've been given the words of the Lord to go to you people. All right. And prophesy. All right. And that's just what, well, we would just happen to be doing when this guy walked past with this shirt, because it was the spirit. All right. We're coming in times where the only thing people are going to be trying to, rely on is hunting and fishing and running. All right. It says, verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right. It says, fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And the incredulity goes to unbelief. Don't let these people unbelief trouble us, because they don't believe. It shouldn't trouble us. If they don't believe, the Lord didn't give them the spirit to believe. So we just move on. All right. They're not of the elect then. All right. It says, unless the Lord may put a spirit on them later to come on and come inside of the truth. But until then, hey, you have to just keep moving. The blood is off your hands. Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay? All the unfaithful is going to die in their unfaithfulness, man. And however the Lord sees fit to put them down, put them to death. All right? So what? Verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword. All right. Now these are the plagues. These are the vials. These are the plagues that the Lord is about to bring to the world. One of them is the sword. All right? And what is that going to be used for? It's going to be used to hunt. All right? Spirits are going to get put on these people. The scriptures say that the Lord created spirits that are for vengeance, man, whether it be of animals. All right? An animal may hunt these motherfuckers down, man. These 2/3 that come up against the words of the Lord, man, and come up against the prophets. All right? Other spirits are going to get put on certain men, women, all right, to actually have swords and hurt somebody with and kill somebody with, man. So the spirit is going to be hunt. And then not only that, the spirits are going to get put on the prophets to actually hunt also. Lord willing, we get that too. All right? The Lord said what? He's making us fishers now, which is the spirit also, because we're fishing for the elect of the spirit. But soon what? We're going to be made to hunters, man. The Lord is going to give his men spiritual power and it's going to be made to hunt. So this is the spirit. It says the sword, famine, all right, as I mentioned earlier in the lesson, that famine, all right, Esau has it to where what? He want to push his made man famine, all right, because he want the people to rely on him and ultimately bend the knee on his new world order, which is going to consist of that karagma, all right, that grain of rice that you can't buy without, that you can't sell without, man, that you really just can't live without for these people, man. All right, but the elect is not going to bend the knee. All right, the scripture says what? Hey, if it were possible, they'll try to deceive the very elect, but it's not possible to deceive the elect because the elect has the spirit of Yahweh Shah on them, man. All right, so fishing. All right, people wanting food, people doing anything for food. That's another spirit, man. All right, that's going to be out here, man. People are going to be fishing for food. People are going to be, fishing for water. All right, people are going to be fishing for shelter, man. Fishing for safety. All right, but the only safety, all right, that men are truly going to be able to have is Yahweh Shah. That's the true safety because the Lord is in power. All right, the Lord decides whether you live, whether you die. The Lord created evil. The Lord created, the safety. He is that safety net, man. Okay, it says, behold, verse 5 again, behold, said the Lord, I will bring the plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right. And what are people going to be wanting to run from? They're going to be trying to run from the death. They're going to be trying to run from the destruction. All right. They're going to be trying to, escape. All right. But Jeremiah 11:11 says what? The Lord created things that, hey, you people are not going to be able to escape from. All right. So through the spirit, when I synced this shirt yesterday, as we were speaking, I said, hey, that's the spirit, man. Because all people are going to be able to do this, hunt each other down, fish for food, fish for safety, fish for water, all right? And in that same time, people are going to be on the run, man. It says, let's get verse 6, and it says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord. Okay? So, that's one thing I wanted to address, man. It was just the spirit when I was, synced this shirt, it kind of, set off a, a certain type of light in my head, which, had me do this, this lesson. And that was one thing. All right. So, the next thing I wanted to address through the spirit is, I was, sleep, and sometimes, when I'm, tossing and turning, in my sleep, the Lord show me, certain clips to a certain effect. Like it might not be a full dream. Sometimes, I be dreaming about something and I may forget. And I roll over, open my eyes for a minute, and then the moment I go to close my eyes, I see a clip of something like a picture or a vivid picture. And then, I open my eyes and then I may close them again for a while, and the Lord will show me a clip of like a small dream or something. So, this morning, when I got up, I kind of, looked around, and then when I closed my eyes, this was the first thing I seen through the spirit. I'm going to go to this next picture. All right. The Lord let me see this, as clear as day. A tall, all white nuclear missile. All right. And I synced it when I closed my eyes. I was able to that was the first thing I seen. It was the first and the only thing I seen. I closed my eyes and this is what I saw. And then I saw it so quick that I just opened my eyes back up. Like, wow, Lord really showed me this. Okay? And this is the spirit. Because this is going to be the icing on the cake. All right? This is what it's all going to come down to. All right? In the end. This is what's going to destroy Esau, Edom's kingdom. This is what's going to destroy 2/3 of our people. All right? The Lord has a spirit of vengeance. All right? And part of that vengeance is melting Esau, Edom, his kingdom, and 2/3 of our people that don't want to listen. All right? So let's keep reading. Verse 8. It says, 2nd Ezra 15:8. And I'm going to just keep on going. All right? With what I read and through the spirit. I didn't put none of this together, you know. Only thing I put was, you know, the pictures together. But as for, you know, what I'm reading, it's just all the spirit. Verse 8, and it says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they have wickedly exercised themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So what? The Lord said he's not going to hold his tongue no more, all right, touching their wickedness. All right, so pretty much at this point, the Lord is getting tired of speaking. And how did the Lord speak? He speaks through his prophets. So in the time when the Lord withdraw his prophets off the street, the scriptures say what? That the prudent shall keep silence in that time. All right? What's what? We're not going to speak to you people. We're not going to be in a time of reproving you people. It's just going to be all out destruction and chaos until the ICBM missiles hit this place and hit various places that the Lord is going to guide them to hit. Verse 9, it says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with the mighty hand and the stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues. These are one of the plagues. All right? That ICBM missile, those are one of the plagues. As before, and I will destroy I will destroy all the land thereof. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with plagues, punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. And this is one of the punishments. All right? This is one of the punishment. The scriptures talk about how people's eyes are going to consume away in their holes and their tongue is going to melt in their mouth. And it's all going to be from the ICBM missile, man. So it was the spirit that I was able to, you know, close my eyes for a split second and just see this. And then when I synced it, I opened my eyes right back up because I was like, wow, did I really just see that? You know, so I was able to, you know, search a picture that was the most closest to what I seen. And this is exactly what I seen through the spirit, man. All right. Now, right after this, when I laid back down through the spirit, when I went back to sleep, I saw another small, almost like a video. And it was clear as day also, man. Now, this was just a quick clip of a picture that I was able to see. But like I said, I opened my eyes back up. So there was no motion to this. But in this next little small, vivid, almost like clip in my mind that I was able to see in my dream. I'm going to go on to the next picture. It was this. All right, it was likening to this. So what had happened is I was in a store. I was in a store that was around the way, me and a brother. And when I came out of the store, you know, we were walking up to the curb as like we were about to walk across the street. And before we crossed the street, we seen a big Edomite looking dude. He looked bugged out. He looked like, you know, he was just, I don't know what he was on. But, you know, it was something to this effect, like on some one of them big fat country Edomites who just been, you know, a loner by himself, but he was ready to crash out. So he pulled up in a big van to a corner on another couple, almost like an Edomite couple that were walking across the street too. Now this Edomite couple just so had to be having an open carry. So this big Edomite pulled up to this corner and he spent the van around and he stopped and hopped out with his gun. You know, and I heard him. I was able to hear it. This Edomite said, you guys know that you're breaking one of the laws. You're breaking like a commandment or something like that. And the Edomite couple, they kind of looked at each other. And right before this dude was about to, up and try to kill them, they had already upped their guns and shot him and put him to death. All right, so that's what I was able to see in that dream. And when they killed him and put him down, I woke up. All right, and these are some of the times that we're entering to. So call all you how about Shemi Abashah for giving me even that small vision that I was able to see, because it lines right up with the scriptures and what's going to be happening, man. And who knows, it could have been maybe to the effect of some Democrats or some Republicans, but it was some Edomite shit going on. I can kind of tell through the spirit. All right. People lifting up swords against one another. It could have been, something to the effect of this occurring coming elections or something. But it was definitely Edom against Edom for that split second, man. All right. So I'm going to keep reading. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse, 13? It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation. Verse 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And this is the spirit, because like I mentioned, I didn't even have these scriptures, lined up for this lesson. The first thing I had thought about, was what I seen, and I took these pictures. And as I started, when I hit start, I went straight to this. So it's all the spirit of the Lord that is, able to, to flow like this. All right. So it says, verse 15, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. That modern day sword is the gun. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. All right, and I was able to see that through that small little I don't even want to call it a dream, because it wasn't even long enough to be one. It was almost like a quick vision. All right, it says verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor the princes, and in the course of their power in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So what? People are not going to regard. Hey, the scriptures mention sedition, people invading one another. All right, invading one another privacy, breaking into each other's houses, man. It says what? They're not going to regard the princes, the kings, meaning what? The rulers of this earth, and what they got to say when all hell break loose and this complete chaos. Because as I seen in that small vision, those Edomites that was walking across the street, they already had their guns out. Like it was an open carry state already. And Illinois is not even open carry. But, he was able to pull up and, actually see and say, yeah, you guys you're breaking the law. And he tried to take, actions in his own hand. And they put him down. It says, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into another city and shall not be able. So they're going to lock this place down. They're getting ready to lock this shit down. You ain't going to be able to flow into another city like you used to, man. It's going to be a complete shutdown, man. It's going to be, and it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that's going to lock it down, man. But he's going to use Esau Edom, the wicked, which is his sword, as the scriptures say. Verse 18, it says, for because of the pride and the cities, Salakia, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, man. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and flow with 19 also. It says, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods, because the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. All right. So as I mentioned earlier in the lesson, the lack of bread, people are not gonna things are not gonna be as convenient as it is now, when you could just go to the store and get food and get water. All right, and it says, and for great tribulation. All right, so all this trouble is going to be going on, man. All right, and people are going to lose their mind. They're going to lose their sanity. The only ones that are going to truly have sanity are the elect, the ones who truly fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, and it's not the fact that we're entering into those times. Hey, we are in those times. Okay? So, you know, that about does it for this lesson, man. All right? Lord willing, the elect was edified. Until next time, all praise, honor, and glory be due unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. I'm going to say shalom.